I think one thing that I would say, which I completely stole from Tom Bilyeu, but he said something that he says it a lot, but I had the chance to kind of talk to him a couple times, like over Zoom. And one of the things that just like has stuck with me, probably it will stick with me for life, is that you'll never get fulfillment from chasing money, accolades, relationships, success, like those kind of things. He said, fulfillment comes from developing a skill set that serves both you and other people. And when you make these attempts to make quick money, all these crypto pumps, any of it, you're not developing a skill set other than ripping people off, you know? So I think the harder you struggle in your pursuit towards acquiring something, the only reason you're struggling is because you don't have the skill set it takes to get what you want. So the more you can the more pain and struggle you can kind of endure and test that patience and build those skill sets, and more so focus on building skill sets in a way that's going to offer value to other people, you know, that's going to be the thing that actually keeps you fulfilled. And then money will come as a result of that. And then just the ability, like the skill set's everything though, you know, because that's the one thing that people can't take from you and will always get better as you get older. And the more you do it, you know, like that's the one thing that's always, without a doubt, as long as you work on it, is going to continue to get better and better. And if you lose all your money, you have the skill set, which is going to get better and better, and you can make that money back quicker because, you know, you're not starting all over from square one. Monetarily you might be, but skill set wise, you're not. So that's the shortcut, is like keep developing, like focus on the skill set would be my 2 cents on that. Yeah.
I think the more long-term value you can add to others, the more sustainable you can be. Right. I mean, I think about like, I use that easy, I can use it in a lot of places, but if I only have a basic requirements and education experience or minimum, then I'm going to have a short amount of benefit to my end user, and I'll have a short amount of income coming back.
So can we get an example? Like you are a team lead, and you do a lot of things, but let's just focus on team lead and realtor, right? Or broker. What do you offer that would be an example of offering long-term value in those fields?
For me, I offer an ongoing regular supply of teaching and trainable moments on Tuesdays, right? So every Tuesday I bring things to agents to help in their particular business, how to either create opportunities and leads at little to no cost, as an example, or it could be open house opportunities or any of these type of things. And I know that the more opportunities, the more training, the more development that helps them be successful, I know for me, it creates a longer term residual income benefit. And it makes me more sustainable long term, right? If all I did is like, well, here's a lead, go work it, and then come back to me when you're done. Well, here's a lead, go work it, come back to me when you're done. Then when you don't need that anymore, you won't call me again.
Right.
But if I'm giving ongoing training and development, then the agents tend to stay longer and become a part of the process and a part of the team.
So you're showing them how to do something, plus giving them an opportunity to apply that knowledge.
That's right. Okay.
So that's on the team lead side. How would you say, and let's bring it back to like a Fernando, right? Like if you're a new realtor, how could someone apply that to a client?
To an end client?
Like to a buyer, seller.
I like to
how can they offer long-term value if their competency is like a bit low?
So the problem that most brokerages, the problem with most brokerages, well, if you don't have experience and things to draw from, it makes it hard. But the problem with most brokerages, they feel like I'm going to get you in and give you all these classes of, it's like when I studied for the real estate test, right? We learned all about the history of title, abstract, where it comes from, chain of titles, abstract of liens, all these type of things that add zero value to you as a realtor. Zero.
Right.
No one ever is going to ask you about the history of that property and how they came to be in existence and what are judgments and liens on the property. No one's ever going to ask you that. Why in the world do we learn those things?
Well, and the little pushback, they might ask if there is a lien. So if you don't know what a lien is.
Well, here's the cool thing. We're not supposed to be experts directly of anything specifically.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call title anyway. I don't care what I learned in my real estate testing.
Right.
Now, I happen to know a lot about title. That's not normal. But I'm telling you, 99.9% agents don't need to know that. All they got to do is pick up the phone, call their inspector, their contractor, their title company. Hey, title company, here's what comes up. Here's the survey. Here's the lien that's showing up on the backside of the property. It's in the floodplain. How does that impact us? What's our consequences? And then I go back and put it in layman's terms back to my buyer. That's the value that we add.
So by that, and that's good. So by basically doing the legwork to create a network of people you can refer potential clients to that you're not getting paid for to build that network, and then you're offering that to someone that doesn't have the time to do that.
It is, but I'm going to go back to the specific example. Okay. The reason the value added, because most brokerages run the same way as they did whenever they went to real estate school. They start teaching you about all these things that are not applicable day one, right? So that's the problem, is they teach you all kinds of training and things that are good to know, and they check boxes and they feel good. They have a hoorah moment. Hey, we're all doing this together, but it doesn't turn into sales. So what's better is we're going to create actual transactional opportunities, and then I'm going to show them how to take a transactional opportunity from start to finish, right? And sometimes my agent may not be competent to talk to the end buyer, and that's okay, or the end seller. I will do it on their behalf on a three-way. There's ways that those are teachable real life moments that they will learn far better and faster and become more efficient much faster. That's the way I think you should grow. I think it should always be hands-on. Yeah. You know, otherwise you're spending a lot of time and energy, and not everybody is meant for real estate. Right. We're all entrepreneurs. We've got to, we only eat what we kill. Right. And that's a tough life to live. You know, we're 1099s. We're independent contractors. And if we don't sell anything the last few months, we're probably not eating caviar next month. Yeah. You know, that's just the way it is.